Hello everybody, my name is Marcus and I'm a fibre artist from Scotland, and welcome to the first week of Tour de Fleece 2024. So if you're not familiar with Tour de Fleece, it's an event where people who hand spin their own yarn from wool or other fibres spin alongside the Tour de France bicycle race. So the basic concept is that whilst the cyclists are spinning their wheels, we are spinning our wheels. And this year, the theme, the challenge I've set for myself is Alpacageddon, which is trying to make a dent in some of the 10 alpaca fleeces that I have achieved. If you want more information about that, there's another video that I'll link down below. But yeah, so for Tour de Fleece, the challenge, the goal is to spin a whole fleece. I don't think I'm going to achieve it, but I'm going to give it a good shot. And the fleece that I'm spinning is this gorgeous white alpaca. So this isn't the first day of Tour de Fleece. Tour de Fleece started on the 29th of June, which was Saturday. And I had one of my best friend's weddings, so I didn't get any spinning done. But yesterday, the 30th of June, I did get some spinning done, but I was pretty hungover and I thought, let's not record that. Let's just keep that for me. So without any further waffle, I'm just going to get started and show you where I'm at so far. So this is the fibre that I'm spinning. This is the alpaca that I've washed and carded myself. And this is just one of the many bats I have prepared in advance. And yesterday I did make a good start on a bobbin. It's been a while since I've spun yarn, so it took me a little bit of a while to kind of get the knack. So the very beginning is a little bit thick and thin, which isn't a problem. I quite like there to be character in my hand spun yarn, but I'm definitely getting, the knack back. So I'm here at my wheel in my studio. Got my laptop beside me. I'm currently watching The Boys for the first time. I'm on the first episode. I've never actually watched it before. But yeah, so far so good. I'm looking forward to just getting stuck in and get some yarn spun. So it's 11:30 at night now, and I'm going to call it quits for the evening. But I did manage to make some good progress in this short period of time that I've had to spin. I managed to spin a full bat onto the wheel, and I've started a second bat. So this bobbin is starting to fill up quite nicely. I think by the time I finish the second bat that I'm working on, I think that'll be full and I'll be ready to start another. I'm definitely getting a lot more consistent than when I first started. I think if I do this as 2-ply, it'll probably come out at maybe like a heavy 4-ply. I don't think it'll be quite double knit. I'm not really spinning with a particular weight in mind. I'm just spinning. I'm just enjoying the process, which for me is what Tour de Fleece is about, is just, dedicating time to spinning. Because that's something I kind of feel like I don't really give myself enough time to do. And then when I do it, I always kind of think, why don't I do this more often? It's just one of those things. But yeah, I'm going to call it quits for tonight and we'll see how far I get tomorrow. So it's day 4 today of Tour de Fleece. I've finished work. I've done a bit of housework and the dog is just down for a well-earned rest. I think the rest is for me more than anything else. So I'm going to get back to spinning the bobbin that I was working on last night, and I'm going to see if I can get that finished. So I'll just show you quickly how I spin from a bat. Usually if I'm spinning from a bat, it's an art bat that I've purchased from someone, from a person, but because this is all just a single fibre, I'm kind of breaking it into quarters mostly, it doesn't really matter, and then I pre-draft a little bit, not huge much, but I find spinning is really one of those crafts that the more time you spend on preparation, the kind of, I don't know, the easier, more enjoyable time you have doing the actual craft. It can seem a little bit tedious, but it's kind of worth it in the end. And you know, I don't spend too long doing this, but you know, if I take a couple minutes here, it just makes the whole process that little bit easier when it comes to actually spinning on the wheel. Okie doke, so now I'm just going to kind of wind it around my hand to form a little nest, if you like, of fibre. There we go, and it's just a little bit more organised. Okay, so I managed to get another half of a bat spun. That's pretty much full. I would like to fill this bit up a little bit more. I have a bat left that should fill this out nicely. But my partner's going out, so I need to go watch the dog for the rest of the evening. So I might try and get the my electric eel wheel 6 out and spin on that in the house. I am nervous about using that in front of the dog. She's very excited by everything, but she's very suspicious of everything. I don't think she'll like it. And it spins very fast and has kind of sharp edges, but we'll see. So it's now day 5 of Tour de Fleece 2024. I never got back to spinning last night. Pretty much as soon as I took over watching Juno the dog, I let her out into the garden and she decided to scale the 6-foot fence and go into my neighbour's garden, so that was a whole thing. It was fine, it was all, you know, dealt with in under a minute, but I then had to like repair the thing that we put in place to stop her climbing the fence, which evidently did not work. But yeah, so that was kind of took up my whole evening. But whatever, today's a new day. I'm down in my studio. I've got my laptop ready to go. I've got the next nest of alpaca ready to spin, and I'm going to complete this bobbin. I mean, it's pretty much there anyway. I'm just going to squeeze this last little nest on, and then I'm going to make a start on this bobbin. so it's 10:30 at night, and I'm going to call it quits for the evening. But I did manage to get my bobbin filled, and I got a second. I've even started a third bobbin, which is amazing. I didn't think I would get this much done tonight. And I'm really glad to actually be making some progress, because I know that tomorrow, which is Thursday, I'm working in office, and then on Thursdays I go round to see my grandmother, and I usually go and see my parents afterwards as well, just because they're kind of they're on the same side of the city, so it makes sense. And it means I can get a lift back, because my dad will drive me home. So I don't know what time I'll be home at tomorrow, so I might not actually get any spinning done. A lot of the time on a Thursday, when I get home from being at work at my granny's and my parents, a lot of the time it's after 10 o'clock when I get home, and then I'm up at 6 o'clock the following day. So a lot of the time when I get home, I kind of just potter about, get my stuff ready for work the following day. So might not get any spinning done tomorrow, so we'll just see. But I'm glad that I've made the progress that I have today, so that if I don't get much done tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. But with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it is 11:15 on Thursday night, day 6 of Tour de Fleece. I'm not long home, to be honest. I went to my grandmother's after work, and then I was going to go see my parents, but they both have COVID just now. They're fine, but I'm just avoiding that situation. So my partner and I took our dog for a walk. So I've come home, I've had dinner. I wasn't going to do any spinning because I just thought it was too late. I need to go to bed at a reasonable time, but it's election night here in the UK, so I probably won't be doing much sleeping. So I might as well spin and watch the election results live. But I did have an exciting parcel arrive today. The e-spinner that I have is the electric Eel Wheel 6. And I found an Etsy store that 3D prints parts for the eel wheel. They have parts for a few different models, but for the 6, I got a couple of things. So I got 2 extra bobbins in this like really neon green, which I just love. They're all the things I ordered are completely different colours. I don't know. When I was looking at the colour options, I was just kind of like, oh, that sounds fun. And then when I opened the box, I'm like, everything is a completely different colour, which isn't a problem. It's quite funny. So I got 2 bobbins. I also got 2 Lazy Kates. When I bought my my e-spinner, I could not get these anywhere at all, and I believe the electric eel wheel only has one stockist in the UK. I could only find one anyway, and they were sold out of the Lazy Kate, so I managed to get these, and I got them in this kind of fun blue cyan colour. And the thing that's quite cool about them is that they're kind of modular, so you can just snap them together into place, and you can have as many or as few as you want. And the if you're not familiar with Lazy Kates, they're used for plying, so you would put a bobbin on each of these with singles spun on them, and then you can ply them together. So I got them, and I also got this little thing. This is an orifice reducer that has little notches in. So this makes the hole that the yarn is thread into smaller, which some people prefer to have that if you're spinning a fine yarn. But one criticism that the electric eel wheel gets is that there isn't really anywhere to hook your yarn onto when you're taking a break from spinning. And that's what these little notches can be used for. I'll show this in a moment. So I got this, again in a completely different colour to everything else. And then I got these little things. Basically, the eel wheel has little kind of wire hooks to feed the yarn through. And if you're spinning something kind of textured or something a little bit thicker, the fibres can get caught on that and snag. And these are basically inserts to put in that, so that your yarn can kind of glide through without getting hooked. I'll show you what it looks like on the wheel. So this is where the yarn gets fed onto the bobbin. As you can see, it's just these little wire hooks. And if you're spinning something that's, you know, textured or fuzzy, the fibres can get caught here. So with these inserts, they just pop on, and because they're just like smooth plastic, the yarn can just feed through without getting snagged. Then this, basically when you're spinning yarn and you want to take a break, if you just leave it, all that energy is going to come twisting out. But with this, oh, come on, focus. You can just hook it through one of the slots, and there's two different sized ones. There's a thicker slot and a thinner slot, depending on what yarn you're spinning. But yeah, you can just anchor it on there and it's not going to unravel, it's not going to kind of break apart on you, which is a pretty cool feature. Definitely something I'm glad to have. So, without further waffle, wasting enough time here as it is, I'm going to get started spinning. So today is Friday, the 5th of July, day 7 of Tour de Fleece. I've got the whole evening to myself. My partner is away out, which means I'm watching the dog Juno. So I'm at my dining table in the kitchen today, just because that's slightly less accessible than the coffee table. I'll be using the e-spinner again. I made some good progress with that last night. And so I'm going to try and get that finished this evening. But it's only 20 past 8 in the evening just now, so I've got plenty of time. Tomorrow's Saturday, I'm not working, so I don't need to be up super early, but I am going to be busy all of tomorrow and probably won't get any spinning done because I'm going to a beer festival. So I'm going to try and make the most of tonight, to try and make up in advance for tomorrow, and then Sunday I should have the full day to myself. So I managed to spin another 2 bats onto the bobbin. I had hoped to spin more than that this evening, but Juno is very, very distracting. Yeah, and I'm pretty tired, so it's 12:30 at night, so I'm going to call it quits for the evening. I'll just show you how far I've gotten. I'm not far off being finished this. This has 3 bats on it. I'll definitely be able to get another one, and I could potentially... I think another 1 bat will probably be fine. Maybe 1.5 until the bobbin's full. But either way, I'm going to sign off for this video, and I'm going to start another weekly Tour de Fleece vlog kind of thing on Sunday. So if you've watched this video and enjoyed it, definitely subscribe and see the rest of the Tour de Fleece progress. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.